Calvin Helin is one of this country's best-known Aboriginal lawyers. He also happens to be an author and an entrepreneur, and he is now saying quite publicly that Aboriginal people can make money, they can have money, if they return to their ancestors' values and start helping themselves instead of depending on the government for everything. Helin is the author of Dances with Dependency, and he joins us now from Regina. Sir, I take it that at the core of your thinking is the fact that the only way anybody, anywhere can make real money and control your own destiny is through private enterprise.
I think that because that's what's been proven from experience. The only competing system for that has been communism, and you know what a success that's been.
So what is your advice then to Aboriginals? How do we get people to wean themselves off the government and basically fend for themselves?
It's quite a complicated question, which I've tried to deal with in my book. But at the heart of the issue is the federal government policy has socialized a dependency mindset into generations of Aboriginal people. We have to recognize that this has been done, and we have to agree that this has now become a barrier to moving forward. The real purpose in my writing this book has been to try to make the lives of ordinary Indigenous people better, especially the children who are getting completely beat up and ground up and spit out by a very, very harsh system.
And I take it one of the pillars of your thinking is education.
Education is absolutely fundamental. The education dividend, as it's known, is as important to Aboriginal people as it is to anybody. The higher your education, the more the better you're able to do for yourself. And that doesn't mean just financially, it means better health. It means better well-being overall.
When you say return to ancestors' values in the modern world, but at the same time you say get better education, wean yourself off the government handouts and fend for yourself, some people are going to say what you're saying to Aboriginals is give up the traditional ways and become just like everybody else.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. I've heard the argument that by buying into economic integration, that we're losing our traditions and our values and that sort of thing. But my question in response to that is, where are is the traditions and the pride in picking up a welfare check? At the end of the day, are Chinese or Jewish people or Japanese people or anybody else less cultural because they engage in the economy? If we don't involve ourselves in the economy that's part of this world, we basically put the control over our lives into somebody else's hands. If we don't control our own purse strings, those that control our purse strings control our lives. And that's what's happened up to this point.
The name of the book, Dances with Dependency. Calvin Helin, thanks very much, sir. Good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
A Canadian fugitive wanted for 2 murders in Halifax has been arrested in Texas and charged with a killing in upstate